Raw took place tonight in Evansville, Indiana, and you had what I thought was a very good episode of Raw tonight. LA Knight was walking by to start the show, and by the way, they're showing everyone walking in, the usual people, but they show LA Knight, and we see Rusev like shoving Dirty Dom up against the wall, which I just thought was funny. I wanted to make note of it because it actually got me to chuckle. I thought that was actually a funny part of the show. Then the actual show really started with Cody Rhodes coming out. He will face Seth Rollins at Crown Jewel. As they announced, he's currently 3-0 against him since he returned to the WWE in 2022. He shows off his Crown Jewel ring. It looks like a Super Bowl ring, and I don't think that's a good idea because you're going head-to-head with Monday Night Football. It was the Lions playing the Ravens. It's a pretty big game, so I don't think it was a good idea to show like a Super Bowl ring, but I don't think it matters. So Seth Rollins and the Vision interrupt him. Fans chant for Punk at Seth to piss him off. Cody brings up their history. WrestleMania 38, Cody's return when he beat Rollins, to that classic Hell in a Cell match, to Seth helping Cody at WrestleMania 40 when he was his Shield against the Bloodline. So they definitely have a lot of history since Cody came back, and even they do have some history before Cody left. Remember when Cody was teaming up with Dustin to take on the Shield? It was Cody Rhodes and Goldust against Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for the titles, and Cody and Goldust won the belts, and I think Cody actually pinned Seth, and Dusty was celebrating with them. That was to get their jobs back. That was a great moment for Dusty. Probably his last really great moment in WWE. But you had them just go back and forth on the mic for a while. Division let Cody walk by. It looked like they might attack him, but Rollins called it off. You have the Usos backstage. Jimmy is upset that Jay wants to face LA Knight tonight instead of having a tag team rematch. They're teasing a Jay Uso heel turn. New Day were out next. Nobody cares. Then we get the no disqualification 6-man tag team match. New Day now with Grayson Waller on their team against Penta and the Viking Raiders. So he had kendo sticks used early on. We had a lot of ads, which annoyed me because when we come back, we see the table set up, and I'm thinking to myself, we always never get ads. Like, we never get ads without, never get ads without there being the match continuing to go on. So sometimes we'll have ads when nothing's happening. When there's a match, we always get the match continue to go on through the break. For us international viewers on Netflix here, we got ads during a match, which never happens. That kind of sucked. But you had a table set up. Kofi Kingston hits a leg drop onto Penta through a table on the outside. Xavier Woods got driven through a corner table on the inside of the ring. Eventually, the match ended with Penta hitting a top rope Mexican destroyer onto Grayson Waller and getting the win for his team. Judgment Day are backstage. Dom is concerned about Rusev coming for his belt. Roxanne asks JD to help Dom tonight, and Roxanne and Raquel leave to get prepared as Roxanne is getting ready to face Bayley tonight. Then we go backstage to Bayley talking to Lyra Valkyria, and she wants her in her corner tonight. She was wearing CM Punk's jacket from Saturday WrestlePalooza. It says AJ's husband, which is just weird. I don't know why she's wearing Punk's jacket, but Lyra eventually agrees to be in her corner tonight, and then we see Stephanie Vaquer walking past them, heading to the ring as she's walking backstage. Adam Pearce is in the ring when we come back from break, and he introduces our new Women's World Champion, La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. So Stephanie gets on the mic. She thanks her father, who was in the front row. We saw him at WrestlePalooza. Then she talks in Spanish for a bit to thank the fans. And she's really an ultimate babyface, super humble here, very likable. Everyone likes her. Adam Pearce then says she'll face the winner of the triple threat match on SmackDown at Crown Jewel, and they'll have the Crown Jewel female title. She says she'll be there on Friday, and we get a large pyro display for Stephanie Vaquer to end the segment. And no tease, no one came out, but I liked it in a way. It's her victory celebration. She's your new Women's World Champion. When we come back from break, Nikki Bella congratulated Stephanie Vaquer backstage. Then Rhea Ripley also congratulates her, but told her she's coming for the belt. And then Asuka and Kairi Sane walk in, and Asuka says Io should be champion. Stephanie stands up to Asuka, and then Rhea gets in Io's face. She challenges her to a match tonight, which was later made official. So Bayley was out next, accompanied by Lyra Valkyria, and then Roxanne Perez comes out, and she was accompanied by Raquel Rodriguez. We get Bayley and Roxanne Perez, a renewal of their feud from earlier this year. So Roxanne got the heat by working over the knee. Bayley made a babyface comeback. They're having actually a very good match, and then Roxanne hit a pop rocks on the outside. Raquel interferes, but Lyra fights her off. Roxanne then takes out Lyra with a suicide dive, but Bayley hit the Bayley to belly on Roxanne, and then she hit a rose plant for the win. After the match, Lyra tries to celebrate with Bayley, but Bayley decides to shove her down, so she's still doing the split personality gimmick in which she goes back and forth between the role model and the hugger. Cody Rhodes shakes Jimmy's hand backstage. That's Jimmy Uso, and then Jimmy asks for Cody to talk to Jay. Judgment Day are out next. It's JD McDonough accompanied by Dirty Dominic Mysterio. We're in the locker room now, back from break, and Cody Rhodes talks to Jay Uso, and it's funny because Jay does not listen to a single word Cody is saying. Cody's talking, he's just giving him basic advice, and the entire time, Jay Uso has his eyes directly on Cody's title, and I'm thinking to myself, no, I do not want to see Cody Rhodes and Jay Uso. I have no interest in that match. I don't want to see Jay Uso anywhere near a world title. He was one of the worst champions in modern history. He sucked. He was a horrible champion this year. He killed the road to WrestleMania. The worst Royal Rumble winner in many years. Just killed everything. I don't think the road to WrestleMania recovered after having Jay Uso win the fucking Rumble. I don't want to see him anywhere near the world title. I'd love to see him as a tag team champion again with his brother. I'm all for that. Usos are an awesome team, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. I don't want to see him anywhere near the world title picture. So you have JD McDonough and Rusev, a surprisingly competitive match, but in the end, Rusev gets the one with the Rusev gets the one with the accolade, and then Dominic Mysterio is standing on the apron, and he's terrified of Rusev, and Rusev is continuing to clench down the accolade onto JD. Dom won't do anything until Finn Balor comes in, attacks Rusev, and Dom was just too scared, and Finn is pissed off at Dom, and I just feel like they've dragged this Judgment Day storyline, this heel turn, out for an eternity, man. It's just going on for way too long. So Io Sky is talking to Asuka backstage. Kairi tries to calm Io down to get her to... I think the whole thing is Kairi's very loyal to Asuka, because she credits Asuka for being the reason why both Kairi herself and Io Sky are even in WWE, and that's true due to her success. And those were three of the biggest female stars in Japan: Asuka, Kairi Sane, and actually Asuka was Kana. I think Kairi was just known as Kairi rather than Kairi Sane, and then you had Io Shirai. That was her name till she came to the main roster, and a few years ago, and she just became Io Sky. But Kairi is trying to, bridge the gap between Asuka and Io. She hates that her two friends are upset with each other. Jackie Redmond's backstage, and she's interviewing LA Knight. He cuts a promo on Jay before their match. Jay does his usual yeet entrance, which I don't care about. We see the Vegas Strip back from break in promotion for WrestleMania 42 tickets, which I don't know if it's the sale or the pre-sale. It's September 24th. They're officially on sale. And I saw some of the prices, and holy shit. Man, like, you must be very wealthy to go to WrestleMania. I can't afford that. I mean, I'm just thinking, I've never been to one, but I would like to go to one. It's not worth it paying that fucking ticket. And it's not just the tickets. All the money you spend on flight, on hotel, on eating there, and tipping. If you've ever been to Vegas, you better fucking tip. Every single thing you do, you have to tip. And it's like, I've been there. So, it's like some of those prices are just pathetic. This company, man, TKO, it's just I can say a lot about them when I want to, but and I don't want to be too negative because this is actually a good show. This was one of the better Raws I've seen in a while. So you got Jey Uso and LA Knight. This wasn't too long, which I'm happy about. But Braun Breaker and Bronze had really distracted LA Knight. I guess they're upset with him. They blame him for how poorly he officiated their tag team match on Saturday, even though they won. But this allows Jey to hit the spear, and then he hits the Uso splash on LA Knight and gets the win. Jimmy goes up the ramp. He tries to get Jey to help out LA Knight after the Vision's about to attack him. Jey just leaves. Jimmy then grabs a chair and heads to the ring, and two of them just retreat. They decide not to attack him because Jimmy has a chair. We go backstage in the locker room in which Becky Lynch is talking to Seth Rollins. She's just going off, ranting, just about everyone and everything. Seth just looks down. I don't even know I don't know what Seth was looking down about. Seth just ignores his wife, which was pretty funny. Probably unintentionally funny. Io Sky talks to Rhea Ripley backstage as she was warming up for her match with Asuka, which is the main event. Io wants the match off. Rhea tells her to be careful around Asuka, and this really offends Io Sky. It really offends her because she credits Asuka with the reason why she is in WWE. The announcers preview next week's show. We get a video package for Los Americanos. Adam Pearce talks to Maxine Dupree backstage, and then AJ Styles and Dragon Lee walk in and they demand a tag match against the Los Americanos, and Pearce grants it to them. Asuka is out next to her classic theme song, which we all love. It's that, I forget exact, I Am the Future song. That just brings back NXT memories. Since, it's NXT, they just had a homecoming. Man, that Asuka theme song was one of my all-time favorites. And I think this was her classic theme song, not the new version, which sucks. So she's out with Kairi Sane. Rhea Ripley is out next, and she gets a big pop when she comes out, as she always does. And we get our main event, Asuka against Rhea Ripley. So you had Asuka get the heat early. Rhea rallied. She took control. The fans were really into Rhea, as you would expect. Back and forth matchup here. Asuka yells at Kairi to interfere. She finally does, but it backfires. Asuka hits Kairi Sane by accident as Kairi was going for a punch. Asuka hit the hip attack, and she was going for Rhea. Rhea moves out of the way, and Asuka takes out Kairi, and then Rhea then uses an inside cradle to pin Asuka, so Ripley gets the win. Immediately after the fall, however, Asuka spits mist right into Rhea, and it usually just hits her in the face. It hit Rhea all over the body. It's like Rhea got sprayed, and Asuka basically turns Rhea Ripley into a new Smurf character, which was quite the visual, I have to say. They attack Rhea after Asuka orders Kairi to, and then Io Sky makes the save. She doesn't want them to attack her. Asuka and Io, supposedly, it looks like they've made up. They hug. It looks like they're going to bury the hatchet now. And then Asuka then hits a spinning back fist onto Io Sky. This breaks Kairi's heart. Asuka has turned on Io Sky. Finally, Asuka then orders Kairi to attack her best friend. She does. They beat down Kairi. Rhea tries to get back up, but then they beat down Rhea as well. Asuka hits a heel, like a kick right to Io's face. Kairi has to hit the insane elbow drop onto Io Sky, her best friend, and she's selling it like it's the worst thing she's ever done. And the baby faces are left laying. We see again Rhea just looks like she looks like her whole body was spray painted by blue. It's quite the visual here. They really get the heat on, and it was a great heat angle. So Asuka and Kairi Sane, I guess, now officially turn on Io Sky. We knew this was happening, and they finally did it tonight. And this ended up being a great angle, I have to say. One of the best heel turn angles of the year. Really well done, and a very good episode of Raw tonight. And I'll say this, I thought Raw was a much better show than WrestlePalooza. I really liked it, and I'm interested to see where we go next.